Yeah. If we played a team that ran the ball on every single play, we'd win every single game. We would never have to worry about
because the front seven, of course.
Our defensive line and our linebackers are incredible.
Right,
Some of the best in the league.
Obviously, we saw.
But if the quarterback knows how to throw the ball, we can't do shit. We're absolutely helpless against the pass.
I mean, you can still rush. You can still rush pretty good. You got Shaq Barrett, JPP.
Yes, but
well, Sue's old as fuck now, isn't he?
He's
old. He's like got to be 33, 34. That's old for a defensive lineman.
A little bit, but it's not like, I don't know. Sue's just been one of the scariest motherfuckers in the league for a long time.
And Vea is basically one thing. You just
Vea,
don't run on him.
Vea might be the strongest human being that's in the league.
He might be the best one tech in the NFL. Yeah. And he can rush the passer as well, especially for a one tech. Like, you don't expect one techs to rush like that.
I think Ndamukong Suh is the same thing with JPP. Like, JPP's on the older side. He's not real young, but like they both have juice.
And he's still producing.
They both. And then Shaq Barrett. Are you kidding me?
Shaq Barrett's really good. Yeah.
All right, guys. Welcome to the podcast. We're gonna get into it.
You guys want to do it?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's go. We're here. What's happening, guys?
Hello, welcome back.
Welcome back to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
My name's Dan. I'm joined once again by my lovely friends, Remdog Breachak and Edward Doyle.
Hello.
Handsome friends, right?
Handsome.
Yeah.
Well, I've kind of laid off on the handsome. I got a little pushback, so I kind of let that one go. We got a great show. Big show.
Oh, yeah.
As Remy likes to say. Big show for you guys. We got a bunch of stuff going on. We're ready to go. Pistol's hot.
There is literally smoke coming out of your pocket right now.
I know, right? It's
I can
scary.
see the smoke. I mean, I think that's probably the vape pen, but I'm not sure. It's.
Wait, are you serious? You might need to take me to the hospital.
Speaking of that, no bullshit. On my way home tonight from work, I was smoking. Obviously, on my drive, I dropped the cigarette. I did the
cardinal non-rule.
Dropped on the side of the door.
You did the
onto the, and I had
did you pull over?
Well,
did you do the Lebowski
No, I just tried to reach down the side of the seat to try to find grab it, and I grabbed it, and the cherry was not there, so I had to find where to. And I turned in, and then the cherry was still kind of there, kind of burning.
Was it still burning when you pulled in?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
So I
took care of it.
I took care of it.
Was there issues?
I'm just saying, no, there was no issues. Yeah, so everything's fine. But I'm just saying, that literally happened to me tonight. So
luck job.
All right.
Yeah. Well, this is this football, right?
That's why you want to get on the new age, man. That's why you want to get on the new age.
Yeah.
The new age killer.
The digital. Yeah.
The digital killer.
Don't tell him. Just save them all for us.
Yeah,
if we get him on these,
they won't be a
will be an international shortage if we get Remy on these.
This is episode 12 of Is This Football? Make sure you guys go to Facebook, like the page, and also make sure you're checking us out on YouTube every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. And then, of course, you get the show on Wednesday when I mix it up and make it all pretty with a little bow. But like the page, subscribe to Tiger Cage Media. Check out our sister pod.
They call us the Breeze.
They call us the Breeze, yeah. Every Thursday.
Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra. Wow.
Right. You got it. Every Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't think we're going to have a show this week, so we'll be...
No show for you guys?
I'm not sure.
They scheduled Ryan.
We're having some bullshit on
we got
Thursday.
Some serious bullshit in the old...
We're on some bullshit on the Thursday, so don't make me have to edit it.
I won't.
So I can't name names?
No, we can't. I don't want to have to edit it. I don't want to have to edit it.
I can't say Goose Power Move?
Nope, but no.
All right, it's edited.
Either way. But, so I'm going to have to try to figure something out. And Sunday, we would normally do like a second episode, but it's Easter. So we're kind of like, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this.
Yeah, it's the Lord's Day.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta respect it.
He is risen. Yeah,
he is risen.
But anyway, guys,
it is the day he risen.
That's enough for the station.
No blasphemy on the show.
When did I blaspheme?
Well, I was getting ready for you to blaspheme.
I wasn't going to say anything.
That's enough for the station ID. Back to the show.
Fake people.
All right, let's go. Hey.
Before we get into the sports stuff, I do have a personal anecdote that I would just like to. I know I briefly brought it up to you, Remy.
I'm excited for this.
I don't mean to like get into it. It's not, I don't know if I'd say gross. It's not.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, no, it's not. Well, what? No, I already told you about this.
Oh, well,
I went to Faux Cheesy for the first time this past week.
Wait, okay. I have not heard of this. Faux Cheesy?
Oh,
Faux
you told
Cheesy.
me, not him.
I didn't tell him. I told you.
You
Yeah.
told me.
Well, no.
Yeah,
I
know.
just You were texting me, so
what
I just brought it up.
What is a Faux Cheesy?
Faux Cheesy is a restaurant. Do you remember the Five Guys on 3rd Street right across from Williams Park?
I do.
Yeah, and it is now a restaurant called Faux Cheesy.
Basically a grilled cheese specialist.
It's a melt place is the term.
They do
melts.
That should have been your first sign.
So we can have some. I can get some like steak or roast beef or chicken on my melt.
Yeah.
They have like their own ones that you choose from. I like some of them. Most of them had like either like shredded beef. Some of them had chicken. I don't remember any steak.
Was there anything that had like sable and whitefish and capers?
Yeah, it was actually mutton is what they had in there. And that's the one. But I'm a sucker for once again, it's like a little melt place. They take like Texas toast, bunch of shit, cheese, press it, all of that. Sounds really good. It's been there for a little while. I've been trying to go by. I'd walk past it, go shit past it all the time. I'm like, I gotta try it. I'm a sucker for Korean barbecue.
I love me some Korean barbecue.
I got the Korean barbecues. Like the weird thing, it had like kimchi, which is kind of normal Korean barbecue sauce. It also had like a pesto sauce on it, and then just
that's weird with Korean barbecue.
I know. I thought
I would think unusual. A chimichurri might work. Sort of a chimichurri. But
it was covered. I mean, as you would expect at a place like this to be, it's a melt, just absolutely covered in cheese. So much cheese, more cheese than I had any idea what to do with. And I know I was kind of telling you the flavor was good. The flavor was like all right, but it was basically just like a big pile of slop. Because like they did the press, but they put so much shit on it, the sauces and the cheeses and all that.
Too much fucking shit on it.
When they brought it to me, they had it on like the little tray. It was like one little piece of bread sitting on top.
Oh, you ate it there?
Yeah, no, I got it there. Well, I got it there, and then I was going to a little place to do work, but it was like basically just like a little piece of bread that was just kind of pressed into this massive pile
and it's
of
just
inside the bread.
Yeah,
just
like
sopped.
But it's like melting into it.
Yeah, I had to dig my fingers into the cheese to just in order to pick it up. Like I said, flavor good, but
stomach not.
It's been a long on many occasions I'll eat something which
flavor good, stomach bad.
Which some people might call questionable. I usually have a rather iron stomach. I've lived in Florida my whole life. I know I've had
just
some
American
shit
in general, man.
But
I've never seen a man basically of my own size eat double of what I eat every time I hang out with him.
And it's always terrible for him. It's always something fried and disgusting, but
yeah,
delicious at the same time.
Would you like 8 mozzarella sticks, cheese sticks? No thanks.
I'll take 16.
What if we batter them and then fry them and serve them with marinara?
Yeah.
But
I'll eat it.
I've had many situations where I'll eat something that some people would consider questionable, and then the next day,
pay the piper.
You pay the piper the next day. I can't even remember the last time that I ate somewhere. It's happened, but it might have been when I was in my early 20s. That within 30 to 45 minutes, I was just like, I've made a huge mistake.
Wait, were you at home? Oh, no, you weren't.
No, I went to Speakeasy. I went to the little kava bar. Like I said, doing a little work, but I was about 2 or 3 minutes out, like because the ride from Faux Cheesy to the Kava Bar,
10 minutes.
Not even
Really?
7, maybe 10 minutes.
Especially on his little one wheeler.
I'm cruising,
in
bro.
the bike lane.
I'm
You're
cruising,
doing 20
bro.
miles an hour.
I don't fuck with the bike lane, dude. I don't want to die. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's for people that have a death wish. But yeah, for the first time in a long time, I was compelled to. I was like, I need to hit the bathroom.
Yeah.
You need to get somewhere right now and take care of yourself because you've made a huge mistake.
The Olive Garden special.
Yeah, I mean, I eat Olive Garden all day.
Nothing
like that. Nothing like that. I don't know if it was the cheese or what, the pesto.
Well, if you want a good story, just to back that up, I don't know if I've told you this before, but it is a good one. I was in Ohio with an ex of mine.
Ohio.
I was in Ohio with an ex of mine, and we've gone to dinner somewhere, and we're driving back, and we're on the motorway, interstate, freeway, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, yo, you gotta stop. You have to stop right now. Like, there's no possible way. She was
Wait,
like,
wait. You were
It's about to
you were on the interstate.
Yeah, and I was like, you
It's
have
about to
to
explode
get
out of
off
me.
of. You have to get off no matter what.
Get on the
Like,
shoulder.
not the shoulder. Thankfully, I was like, we can probably make it like a mile or two, but we're
Find
close.
a
We're
Stuckey's.
close. We're
Find
close
a
here. We're
Stuckey's.
close here.
Well,
Anyway,
wait, where did you eat? You left that out. Was it Olive
Garden, yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Olive Garden.
Olive
It was
Garden
Olive
special.
Garden. Okay, yeah.
But anyway, so we pull off.
If you had the shrimp scampi in Ohio,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you,
Yeah.
Edward.
There's
That's
no
the problem.
oceans around there.
No, and that's the problem. But no, the main funny part of this, or the main part of the story, is the situation where the obliteration of the toilet took place. So
The obliteration.
we pull up in a questionable neighborhood, and because we're probably like 15 miles from home, we pull up in a questionable neighborhood. I'm like, fuck it. Like, we got to just go.
I
for
thought you
this.
were just going to poop on the side of
So
the road.
we're in like
I thought that's-
Cleveland or
no, it's much worse
Cincinnati.
than that.
I thought that's
It's
where
much
this
worse than that.
story was
We're-
going. You
we're-
pooping on the side of the road.
We're near Youngstown, and anyway, I sprint in. I go up to the bar. I'm like, yo, I got to use the toilet. I tell them, I'm like, yo, I got to do it, and they were just like, absolutely, do your thing.
Oh, wow. They
it's-
saw the pain in your eyes.
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah.
And fair play to that woman for doing it as well. Do you know what I mean? But the individuals inside the bar were. Let me try and do this right.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like me.
No, not at all.
We'll say on a lower tax income bracket.
And just of a certain demographic, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, I run in
I
there.
know
They're all
what you
playing
mean.
pool.
They're good
They're
at they're-
smoking a lot of Black and Miles.
they're
Playing
good
pool.
Okay,
at
gotcha.
sports.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're smoking Black and Miles. That's
Yeah.
the way to do it. Yeah, they're good at sports.
Yeah.
I run to the toilet. I get in the toilet. I'm like, oh my god, I got to do this. I find out obviously that this is so rough of a bar that there's just no toilet. Like, there's a toilet,
Wait, what?
but no. There's a toilet, but there's no bar. There's no door. There's no door. So like.
To the stall?
No. Okay, so you
bathroom.
come in, and on your left.
Like,
so
to the
when no door
It was
to the bathroom.
only a urinal.
No door to
He
the
had to
bathroom.
poop in the urinal.
No. There's a urinal to my left, and there's a stall straight ahead of me with a screen here, but it stops here. So where the toilet
a screen? What?
like a screen, like a piece of like a door, but it only
okay.
covers so much. So you still got probably 4 feet of open space where you just stare directly into the toilet from the bar. So I'm just sitting on the toilet.
Wait, from the there isn't
Yeah,
a door
no,
to
that's
the
what I was
bathroom?
getting.
That's
Nothing.
what I'm.
That's what I was getting.
no
There's
door,
actual,
no
like-
door into the bathroom, no door into the toilet.
and not like a curve of wall.
so
Nothing.
you could be
Nothing.
sitting. You could be sitting at the
Nothing.
bar drinking a drink and
You're
watch
not
someone
basically
shit.
is for doing. You're not allowed to do drugs there. But I was like, you know what? I can't do this.
thought
about
So I
that.
just
Wow.
dropped him down, and just obviously all hell commenced. And then after that, I'm just sitting there, and people would be regularly walking by the door, by the bar, looking a little bit. I'll just be sat there.
It's like, are you all right in there, man? Are you good?
They just, they were
sounds
obviously
terrible.
seriously worried.
It sounds like you're
They
gonna
were seriously
die.
worried about my health, because
Yeah.
what man in his right mind would ever choose to go into this toilet with no door? You know what I mean? This not a normal thing.
No,
but
no,
I was in the 11th hour here. I needed the executioner's pardon.
You needed the priest.
I needed the
and
warden's pardon.
exercise you.
The
Yeah.
executioner had his rope around my neck, and it was
Honestly,
going to be in the car or not.
I can shit in the middle of Main Street, USA, and Disney World, right in front of everybody,
Yeah.
if I need to.
I'm the
See, I
same
can't do
way.
that.
Out.
I can't do that.
If I gotta go, I gotta go, and it's coming. There's nothing anybody.
I had
can
a
do about it.
full-blown stomach abortion inside that place, and loads of people were just walking by, looking in like, wow, I don't think so.
They're like, look at this white trash
Yeah.
in here,
And I was
pooping
just
in
there
the
like,
pooping in the place you're clearly
Animal-
not supposed
animal
to.
it was,
shit
it
house.
was just
Yeah.
horrific, man.
Oh,
and then
man.
I walked
I'm
out,
sorry.
didn't buy a drink, just walked out like, thank you, see
Yeah.
you. Have a
Thank you
lovely
for
night.
having me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Slap a mud pie 5 on the
Yeah.
bar and slide
No,
it.
I was
Big
too ashamed.
mud pie.
Couldn't even tip. Had to sprint out.
A big mud pie. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Well, we
horrific.
both left lovely mud pies.
So, what do we got on the docket tonight?
Well, it's not. I mean, it is sports related, but I don't know if either one of you guys heard about the new Antonio Brown thing that came out today.
With
the whole
what's your man,
Deshaun
D.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I did hear. About
But when I kind of heard about that, I decided to go out of my way and just compile a list of all the wild, ridiculous
I feel like-
antics.
Okay.
How much time do we have on this one, Ram? Oh, okay. I might save this.
We
for
can
the
skip
next
it because I feel
podcast.
like we've done Antonio Brown before.
Not all of them. I got all of them right here. I got everything from start to finish. I got the
The man's
beginning.
a fucking lunatic.
I got the beginning of his controversies to the end of them, and I feel like
He's
it
just
might
out
take
here.
over 5
He's
minutes.
just. I feel like at this point, obviously, like NFL players' wives are hot. Do you know what I mean? But there's many women in the
That's
world.
not
that
his
are-
wife.
I
It's
know.
not his- it's
I
just
know
some
that.
random chick
Well,
that he
Deshaun
sleeps
Jackson's
with.
girlfriend.
They said like to call her his girlfriend
fair
is
enough.
like
But
a
it was-
loose
so the reason
term,
I'm
like,
saying it, the
they've
reason-
they've been.
But the
intimate,
reason I'm
but-
saying it is because it's actual Jordan Poyer's wife who he slept with, and like.
yeah, that was
I
another
feel like
one.
I feel like Antonio Brown at this point is like there's many hot women who he can sleep with.
Yeah.
He's just collecting NFL players' partners to try and use it as some kind of.
Clearly.
I don't even know what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Did you even hear the best part about the story? Is that all you heard? That he
Yeah,
slept with her? Oh, man. I'm just going to start off. I'm going to try to nail this down by the end of the segment. 2018, the first thing that I remember hearing about him, you remember when he threw some furniture outside of it? Like, it was 2018, threw some furniture out the window of his apartment. It almost hit like a baby.
No,
and then he got,
Don't remember that.
That was the beginning of the controversies. He was going crazy, threw some shit out of his apartment window, almost hit a baby. He got sued for that. And then in the same incident, he also got cited for like he did that and then took off driving, got cited for going over 100 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Classic Antonio.
That was the end of 2018. 2019, the real beginning of his shit. Benched by the Steelers. Report that he had that he threw a football at Big Ben. And then he also was upset about Juju Smith-Schuster getting the MVP of the team. He was pissed that he didn't get it because he's a little diva. Then he was found guilty of the reckless driving for the previous over 100 miles an hour charge. Almost went to the Bills, which do you know anything about that? Like,
yeah, I
what-
know all about it.
Well, but like, so he like went, but then just decided at the last second, like, no, I'm not going to do it.
he,
Like,
he signed well, he didn't sign anything, of course, but he agreed to a pre-contract with the Bills.
Yeah.
In free agency, the Bills are going to get him, and then when he was supposed to come into town, he reneged on it and said, "No, I actually don't want to play for you guys."
No.
And that was obviously before we were really good. He'd fucking do anything to play for us now. Do you know what I mean?
no, oh my God,
Yeah.
I
He
guarantee
lets you
you,
play for us for free.
He
He
would
played
do
for us
he
for
would do
free.
anything to play for any NFL
Yeah.
team right now because
Yeah.
nobody wants him. But the next note I have is actually super surprising, and it says how far the NFL has come in the last 4 years in regards to paying players. When he was originally traded to the Raiders, the first contract he got would have made him the highest wide receiver in the league. It was a 3-year, $50 million deal, and 30 was 30
Wow,
was
that's
guaranteed.
nothing as well.
And this is 2019.
That's 2 years, 3 years ago.
What did
and
Tyreek
it's
just
nothing. Tyreek Hill just got 30.
Well, no, he got 90.
No, but 30 a year.
Well, no, 30 years.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
what, it was like
30
90 or
AAV,
100.
But 30 AAV.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
And you're talking about Antonio
that-
Brown
that's
getting
less than
16
20.
AAV.
Yeah.
16.
That's what I'm
Ridiculous.
saying.
Diggs just got what?
And-
20.5.
What did Devontae Adams get? Devontae Adams got something close to
24,
that. Yeah, he
something
got
like
something
that.
crazy.
And Devontae Adams is better than Tyreek Hill.
Did that, and then the first thing that he did when he went to the Raiders was he entered cryotherapy without the proper footwear. Got some type of like weird shit on
Staph
his foot.
infection.
It was like gangrene or something when your
Yeah,
foot.
well,
What
yeah.
is it when your shit gets too cold and it like
Frostbite.
you get like frostbite on his
He
on his
entered
foot.
what? Therapy?
So he was
Oh, like, cold.
like he couldn't play and he was injured, couldn't practice
Yeah.
with the team because his foot was fucked up because he went to cryotherapy
with the Raiders.
with the Raiders without the proper footwear.
Is that the helmet situation?
Well, no, the next thing I have is he freaked out because he wanted to keep his same helmet. They wouldn't let him do it. They're like, we got new helmets. The league policy
Yeah.
can't do it. He shit a brick. He was freaking out all over the place. They finally calmed him down. They're like, hey, you got to wear this new helmet.
So he gets cut from the or he leaves the Patriots, one or the other.
Then he was fined $54,000 for missing workouts and getting into it with people at the Raiders. He reportedly like tried to fight Mike Mayock, the GM of the Raiders. That he like, I read that he had to be like people.
the guy
had,
that's literally
people
giving
people
you your contract.
people had to restrain
Yeah,
him
learn
from
where you're at,
trying
bro.
to fight.
And figure out
the
where your
GM
bread.
of the
Figure out
team.
where your bread is
Yeah,
buttered.
I know. Bite the hand.
Figure
that
out
feeds
where
you.
your bread
Yeah,
is buttered,
don't
man.
bite the fucking hand
like,
that
what the
feeds,
fuck?
man.
man.
Also called Mike Mayock a cracker.
Yeah.
Raiders figured out how to not pay him. That was like, oh yeah, less than 24 hours after Gruden said, hey, he's definitely going to play week 1, he was released. Raiders figured out a way to not pay him because something like personal conduct.
Pre-signing
he
shit,
wasn't
personal
adhering
stuff,
to the rules of the contract.
Code of conduct,
Pat signed him to a 1 year. So he goes from 3 years, $50 million. Pat signed him to a 1 year deal worth $15 million, $9 million guaranteed. And the funny part, what I remember this happening, $9
million guaranteed as well for a guy who's a total fucking
he lived
case.
with Tom Brady
for a month.
I lived in Egypt
for a month.
But no, when he originally went to the Patriots, he was living for at least a month or two with Tom Brady because Tom Brady was like, oh, I know he's like going through this shit. He's got trouble.
Is it giving you vibes of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry and
JB Smoove?
And JB Smoove.
Yeah, dude.
Is it giving you vibes of that?
He's like, hey, so she moved out. He's like, that's fucking good for you. I'm going to go up to my room and eat my fucking chicken sandwich. I'm going to eat my fucking chicken sandwich, Larry. I don't know about you.
That's serious Antonio Brown, Tom Brady vibes.
The next thing,
I think let's pick this up after the break. You want to take a quick little break?
Once again, Remy's got to smoke a cigarette. We're going to take a little break. We'll pick this up. I got a lot. Like I said, I got a lot more stuff on Antonio Brown. We're just going to breeze through all of it.
Episode 12. Let's do it.
Episode 12, guys. We'll be back.
Antonio Brown being a lunatic.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Thank you for staying with us. We just had a little break. We're going to jump right back in. We got into a little bit of a not a debate,
not
but
a debate,
more of a little talk. But we'll bring that up a little bit later.
I want to know more about it. So we were talking about
Antonio Brown and his antics, and we left off, if I remember correctly, signed with the Pats. Brady housed him. At this point, right when because I believe it says that he only played one game for the Patriots, former personal trainer Brittany Taylor had a little something to say, filed a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault.
Well, yeah, why not?
Lawsuit alleged that he'd exposed himself, ejaculated on her back, and raped her on 3 different occasions.
That's crazy, man. Honestly, that is actually a lot because I thought it was like maybe him being inappropriate. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, well, that's what she alleged.
There's a big difference between.
There's a huge difference between
being inappropriate and raping someone.
But based on the timing,
yes.
A judge ruled that it was outside of the statute of limitations. So I guess
what does that mean?
It means it's been too long. Like you have to certain crimes.
You have to like file it.
Oh, I thought that meant like he did it in international waters.
No, certain crimes you have to report within a certain amount of time. I know murder is one of those ones that does not have like you.
Wait, but rape doesn't have.
Rape does. Well, sexual assault has a statute of limitations where, and it's from what I know, it's simply because that after a certain amount of time, it's very difficult to get accurate. If you do it within a certain amount of time, it's easy. Well, with DNA and just other things, it's easier to get an accurate depiction of what actually happened. But after more than a couple years,
but is there any way
it's very difficult.
With the precedent that Antonio Brown has set that
Dan, I just want to remind you that while you're talking about all these points, you have a cinder block wall behind you, and it looks like you're in a bunker. So just maybe you consider.
I'm in prison.
Some people might.
That's what it looks
like.
But
it looks like
in all seriousness, with Antonio Brown's history of
being a scumbag,
inappropriateness. And just basically being a bad person. Well, are we really going to not believe this woman? Do you know what I mean?
I understand the law, but he had already been a shithead, but he hadn't quite gotten to like the shithead level that he is now.
In publicity, I'm sure in the next 5 or 6 years there'll be a huge civil lawsuit against him about him probably raping women.
She settled outside. Like for the civil lawsuit because the judge dropped the criminal complaint.
Which means he was guilty.
Well,
that means you're guilty. I mean, if you're
settling,
it means you're guilty.
Yeah.
It means you're guilty.
Also, just a little tidbit around the same time, he was sued by a Pittsburgh-based doctor for $12,000 in like medical fees that he just never paid. I guess he had like $12,000 in medical bills that he just never paid. Doctor sued him.
That's fair enough because the fucking medical situation is.
Well,
garbage.
we're not going to
appropriate this, guys.
But from what I read, he played one game for the Patriots, 4 passes, 56 yards, did score a touchdown. He got a little something. Tommy threw it to him. Tommy got him a little. Tommy got him a little something. A few later, he was accused of sexual misconduct by a second woman.
Oh, okay, so smoke and fire. Here we go.
But then it was reported that he responded by sending her a bunch of threatening texts that she showed her lawyer. So, yeah, just more fun stuff from Antonio Brown.
Classic Antonio Brown.
2020, here we go. Brown receives an 8-game suspension, but not for the sexual assault. The NFL didn't really care that much about that, but it was something with the NFL's conduct policy. And then here comes some more good stuff. He had another suspension for attacking a mover. Like there was a guy that came to his house, like someone that was moving furniture. He assaulted the guy, and
keep my motherfucking mirror out your motherfucking hands.
The initial charge was felony assault and battery, which I guess was just for the guy. But then he ended up being charged with burglary of a vehicle, misdemeanor battery, and then misdemeanor criminal mischiefs. Criminal mischief.
That's a nutter.
He's crazy. And then
it's absolutely insane.
Then the Bucs
that
picked him up.
He's not in prison.
Yeah,
it's absolutely
if he wasn't really fast, he'd be in prison.
If he wasn't fast as fuck, he'd be doing fucking 30 years, man.
But this is another thing that's funny because the Bucs picked him up a little bit later on in that year.
Obviously, we all know how that ended.
Yeah, well, and
I'm surprised the Chiefs didn't pick him up. To be honest,
I'm surprised the Cowboys didn't get him.
No,
the Cowboys are the big
Chiefs
ones.
at a home and a rapist.
No, that's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Greg Hardy.
Chiefs. Yeah, that's one person. The Chiefs have got all the rapists, man.
How? Name 2 rapists on the Chiefs.
Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill.
Kareem Hunt hasn't played for. He didn't rape the woman. He just beat the shit out of her.
Yeah, but he's been raping out here.
Yeah, all right. I think you're just making shit up.
I'm not making stuff up. Oh, the Chiefs are
I read he beat some woman up, which is not good at all. It's terrible, but I don't.
The Chiefs love some.
They love.
Does
any NFL team not covet physical prowess over?
Well, no one liked the Chiefs. No one liked the Chiefs. The Chiefs love that shit.
Here, okay, so this is in 2020. In 2019, like I said, that was when he signed that contract for the Raiders, $50 million, 3 years. When he was signed by the Bucs, it was a $750,000 base salary.
Mm-hmm. So vet men, basically.
He could have potentially made $2.5 million based on incentives, things like that, catches, yards, receptions, games played, things like that. But
it's basically vet men.
Basically, in the span of a little bit over 12 months, he went from
15 mil to 750,
$15 to $16 million a year to $750,000. NFL launches in 2020, beginning of 2020. Launched an investigation into his vaccination status and the fact that he was not only using a fake vaccination card, but that he, I guess I saw somewhere that he was supplying fake vaccination cards to other people for money.
Seems legit.
It was against him and another guy on the Bucs, Mike Edwards. He was suspended 3 games for that. Then comes the.
Let me cut you off. I love the fact that they fucking suspended him 3 games for not being vaccinated against a cold, but you're allowed to be out here raping women and playing. Yeah.
And they don't
what
care
the
about
fuck
that.
Is this bullshit?
They
like
don't
the
care
NFL's
about
a
that
fucking
stuff.
joke, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Honestly, if I wasn't so tied into the Bills, I'd be done. Honestly,
there it is.
I'm sorry.
It's
just such a fucking joke.
If I wasn't such a Bills fan, I would
wasn't
care
so
about
tied
the moral
into
high ground of the NFL and what they do.
What the fuck? That is that's a fucking joke.
Is
though, right?
that
you're about to suspend a guy 3 weeks for giving out fucking cold vaccines?
Is that not like every professional sporting league in the world? Like they're all corrupt.
They're corrupt.
They
but
all
are they
do fucked up
But are they
shit,
corrupt to the point where someone is literally charged with domestic abuse and beating the shit out of Greg Hardy beat the shit out of his wife with the cold end of a gun.
Yeah.
With the cold end of a gun and got 4 games.
Yeah.
Antonio
and
Brown
then signed
gave
with the
out,
Cowboys.
and then Antonio Brown gave out a vaccine against something where you get a fucking little bit of a chest infection and have a little bit of a cough.
Yeah.
And you get fucking 3 games.
Yeah.
What a joke.
I totally agree.
Joke.
Then comes 2022. Late in the season, we're playing the Jets. We're beating them pretty handily. I don't remember the exact score. I think we were winning by at
remember
least
the
20
game.
points.
We
That
watched it
was
together,
one
I
of the
think.
most incredible endings to a football game I've ever seen.
What I remember is
Yes.
because there was conflicting stories on whether he was going in or out, but what I read is that Arians wanted him to go in. Arians was like, "Hey,
And he had like a toe injury or something.
well, no, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going in. I'm injured or something like that." Because at some point,
which I actually think is fair enough.
I read that it was the opposite at some point.
It
that
could
that,
be
that he
either
wanted
one.
to go in, and
I have
Arians
not-
wasn't
yeah,
getting
I've
in
read
the
both
snaps.
sides.
Yeah, but from what I read today is that Arians wanted him to go in. He didn't want to go in. There was a big thing on the sidelines. Takes off his pads, takes off his shirt, just running up and down the sidelines, just like an absolute
flexing, like a
tool
cunt,
tool of a human being. Just like you can't get more of
A cunt.
an absolute dumb cunt than that. Arians immediately in the post-game press conference like he's no longer a Buck. Thank you for the
you know what?
the one
Arians
moment
is actually a gangster as well because
bit.
like
That
he
hat,
is.
bro.
But well, not just that, but like when he handed the team down to Todd Bowles. Firstly, fucking respect for that, for giving when Tom Brady comes back, and because when Tom Brady was out, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try and get this shit right before I give it down to my protege." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady comes back and he's like, "Okay, maybe they could win 10 to 12, 14 games, whatever. Super Bowl, maybe a Super Bowl team again." Do you know what I mean? And he's like, now I'm not gonna try and win another Super Bowl. I already got one. I'm gonna give it to my guy. Do you know what I mean? Like pure respect for that. And then in the press game,
he's old too.
No, but just like for being a good guy for doing that.
Oh,
He's
no,
a man
yeah.
of his people.
Yeah,
I
no.
respect Arians massively for that. And also the press game conference where he was just like dropping bare F-bombs and like not the press game, the conference when he retired, he was like, yeah, this shit is Todd Bowles now. Fuck it. Let's go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love that. Like that's a good man. That's a good
I
man.
do respect it a lot, and I think Todd Bowles is going to be a good coach.
I think so too.
What was he doing?
need
What was he
to-
doing before DC for the
I want to
Bucks?
say he was was he
I
not
feel
the
like
USF coach?
Well,
at
I feel
some
like
point?
he had a head coaching job for somewhere, right?
I think he was
No,
a
he
defensive coordinator.
he was a
defensive
DC.
coordinator
No. I
somewhere.
think he was the Jets head coach actually.
Yeah, no, that's yeah.
He was the
it?
Jets
Yeah.
head coach, and he was tragic.
That's what it was.
But the Jets
yeah.
are garbage.
Yeah,
he was
no.
the Jets head coach, and they were
but I mean,
garbage, man.
that's just jumping into a dumpster fire of a
Exactly, the Jets are
organization.
So
trash,
can I
man.
can I
Fuck
ask
New
a
York
layman's
sports.
question? Would Todd Bowles play a little bit more liberal versus
No, he'd be more
Bruce,
conservative.
You think?
Yeah, he's a
Versus,
defensive. He's a
Bruce-
defensive.
Bruce
He's a.
Arians?
I've heard he's not a
Absolutely.
player's coach.
Well, firstly, you have to understand that with head coaching, the head coach may have some kind of input into the team's. He obviously has input into the team's philosophy, and he has some input into their play calling. But there's two guys below him that call the plays, and he might listen. Like, let's say
not
that
always.
no, but for the most part.
Yeah.
So let's say if we're talking about the Bucks, who's your offensive coordinator?
Byron Leftwich.
Byron
If he
Leftwich
stays.
So Byron Leftwich was the offensive coordinator. Arians has told him the plays he really likes. They've spoke about it, but Leftwich is calling the plays, and unless it's a big play and Arians comes down and says, "Call this play right now. This is it."
We're going
It's
this
on
way.
Leftwich, so it'll change the philosophy of the team absolutely because they're probably going to be more defensive. Obviously, Todd Bowles is
which
the
we
defensive coordinator.
need. We need a.
Can we-
We need a.
Do you
more,
know what
like,
would
we
be
have
the
a
good
good
thing?
offense.
Do you know why it could be really good for you guys? Is because Todd Bowles can try and shore up the defense, and then you just fucking let Brady and Leftwich.
That's all we
deal.
need. That's all we need because
It could work out well.
Brady with our
I mean, you're going to win the
offensive
South.
weapons.
You're going to win the South. The South's a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, no. Well, now that
You
Matt
got
Ryan's gone,
Carolina
there's not
and-
like
you got-
Jameis
who you
Winston's
got?
hurt.
Carolina.
Atlanta
might be the worst team in football.
Falcons and the Saints.
Carolina and Atlanta are trash.
Jameis
The Saints
Winston's,
are bad enough.
I mean, I don't.
Bro, they're bad.
We lost to Carolina this past year. Like we
yeah, but they
we
yeah, but
lose.
you didn't lose your division.
We
You can lose to your team. You can lose to teams.
no. I
Carolina
know you can lose
bad.
to teams.
Carolina
are bad. The Saints aren't terrible.
They've
The
got a
Saints
good
are not
team, but
that
who's
bad.
playing?
The
Is it
Falcons are
Winston
bad.
again?
Winston is currently,
Oh, God.
but he's injured. I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, he's got a lot of time
Well, let's
before
talk
the beginning
about
of
the
the season.
trade.
He
Did you see
could
the trade?
potentially.
Did you see
What
the
trade?
draft trade?
What trade?
The I forget exact. I shouldn't bring this up when I don't know the exact details of it.
Give
Philly,
us the
Yeah,
gossip.
probably not.
Give
Yeah,
us the
probably not on the podcast.
Give us the
yeah.
gossip. Just give us the gossip.
Philly and
You already
New
brought it up.
Orleans traded 2 picks. I think it was New Orleans trading up.
Just picks.
No. But so New Orleans traded. Both of them had 2 picks in the top 20, I believe.
Yeah.
both around 16 and 15, and New Orleans traded a first for next year to get Philly's bigger pick. So I'm thinking they're trying to move up, maybe like try and get some ammo to go up for.
But for what?
I suppose
Like,
Malik
on the
Willis.
mound?
Well, quarterback. I suppose
you
Malik
think
Willis.
him? Like,
No, I don't think. Listen, I don't
he's
know.
okay. There's no great quarterbacks in this draft.
When's
okay, there's
this is
no
a good question
really
as well.
good
While we're on
quarterbacks
it,
in
this
this
is a good
draft.
question too.
Talking about goalies, right?
Yeah.
No, this is a good question too. When was the last time a draft with quarterbacks that people said were garbage when a really good one came out of? Because that's interesting, right? When people said, "Oh, they're going to
Can
be
you
bad."
remember anyone specific?
No, I'm just asking. Like, think about and I'm talking about
Honestly,
first round picks. I'm talking about first
think,
round picks.
I can think of one
maybe
now.
like they got drafted 25th.
I don't know if he was a first round pick, but I remember a lot of people did not think Russell Wilson was a NFL quarterback.
That's too easy though.
What do you mean?
That's too easy though, because you can say the same thing about Tom Brady, bro. He got drafted in the sixth round. Russ got drafted in the third round. I'm talking about the first round.
What about
when someone said
Lamar
they're garbage?
Jackson?
Lamar Jackson, I can get
an
that.
NFL MVP,
but he came out of.
Be that bad.
I know.
I'm
not saying that. But he came out.
But
he came out of a draft which was loaded. It was Jackson.
Lamar was still first round.
I know, but I'm just saying it was Jackson, Allen, Donald, Rosen, and Mayfield. That was supposed to be loaded, man.
Rosen,
I know.
Donald, and Mayfield are
yeah,
trash.
of course. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying when was the last time when it was supposed to be like zero quarterbacks are good? Because that's this year.
Yeah,
Like people are like, "There's no good ones."
There's
But
like that Kenny Pickett guy.
and remember, Kenny Pickett,
he's okay for
Malik
Pitt.
Wilson, and the last time there was one of these was guys like, and I'm not saying they're good at all. They're obviously not. Guys like, and obviously rest in peace Dwayne Haskins, your man, who's the guy who came out with Haskins a couple years ago? Because that was the last really bad quarterback draft. Haskins was supposed to be really bad out of LSU, and I think it wasn't two. It was the year before.
No, I'm not.
Because they were
sure
talking about
you're
it. Two. They were saying that two was going to be good out of Alabama.
I think Tua could still be good. I'm not.
Hey, we'll agree to disagree.
I'm not done with Tua Tagovailoa.
If you can only throw 15 yards,
To not go off on a tangent, try to bring it back. The last thing we're going to say about Antonio Brown, which is why I started looking up all this stuff to begin with, is that he recently posted some screenshot on social media of him and Deshaun Jackson's on again, off again, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever. And in the post, from what I've seen and gathered, is that he gave her some large amount of money and now he wants the money back and he's holding her sex pictures hostage so that she'll give him the money back so he doesn't post them on social media. But long story short, the reason I even got in this at the beginning is like...
That's fun.
I feel like
regular Antonio Brown just being a fucking piece of shit,
Antonio Brown is on like a Jada Pinkett Smith level I think...
Going
Wait,
crazy
what
a
did
little
she
bit.
do that bad?
Wait, what?
She didn't do any of the shit he did, surely. I know she cheated on Will Smith.
I mean, have you just not heard anything about how terrible of a person Jada Pinkett Smith is?
Yeah.
But she done all the
that.
stuff Antonio Brown's done, like
I
raping
didn't-
people and like, do you know what I mean?
That's not
Yeah,
what you're
nah.
just. You're once again making just you're
we're
putting
focus-
random things
We're
in my
focusing
mouth.
on the wrong part of
How
the
am I putting
stories.
random things in your mind?
Yeah.
When he was accused of rape and he settled out of court about
Yeah.
it. Do you know what I mean? That makes him a rapist,
Yeah,
right?
that does.
I feel like it's quite defamatory to say that Jada Pinkett Smith is out here raping people.
Who said Jada Pinkett Smith's
Well, you
raping
just
people?
put her on the same level as Antonio Brown. I feel like
I would
Antonio Brown's a
would say
dirtbag,
as
man.
I was only saying that, Edward, as far as public opinion.
Oh.
Current public opinion on those two people is just about similar. Nobody really likes
Oh,
them.
no. People will hate Jada Pinkett Smith much worse. Because
So she's a rapist.
no, but they'll
You
hate
ju-
her worse.
you
but
just
that's the
said
problem.
that Jada Pinkett
no,
Smith is a
other
rapist,
people will
Eddie.
hate her. No, other
You
people will hate her
just
worse. Other
said that
people,
she's a rapist and
other
she's raped people and that she's gonna continue
No, I'm
raping
saying they
people.
shouldn't hate people the same way they hate Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Because he's an actual certified rapist. You know what I mean?
Okay. That nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that.
I suppose
I'm
we're
only
arguing.
saying
I suppose what we're arguing is
you're only arguing because you think I said Jada Pinkett Smith is a rapist, which is fucking absurd. Like nobody ever said that.
The only thing I would say is what we're arguing. Well, I suppose what we're arguing is the shitty nature of human society now. Do you know what I mean? Where you're willing to accept a sports star for someone who is a bona fide prison candidate.
Yeah, he's a terrible person.
Against someone who is What did she do? She cheated on her husband, right?
Well, like that, and then she's also come out saying that she disagrees with him doing what he did when she it seemed like she made him slap Chris Rock.
So basically,
and now
she just cheated on her husband.
And yeah, I mean,
which isn't obviously right. But let's have it right. Like, there's a difference between a rapist and someone who cheats on their husband. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Once again, you even agreed with me that the public opinion of them is
It's
probably
a fucking joke.
A lot different. Like.
And I suppose that's the problem with modern day fucking society, man.
She has no problem cucking Will Smith,
right,
and having zero respect for him and his well-being, and she makes it out like, I don't even want to get too much on a tangent of Jada Pinkett Smith, but
no, it's not getting on a
she
tangent.
seems
I
like
think it's
the
talking about
worst wife of all time.
I think that is important to talk about, to do with like regular society. Like, we're about to let this man play in the NFL again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, listen, like, yeah, she's probably a bad wife. Do you know what I mean? But he can just leave her. That's his own fault, man. Like, at the same, like, as much as like, yeah, I don't want you to cheat, but like, if you cheat, I'll just leave. Do you know what I mean? So just fucking pull the plug on that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, just pull the plug on that shit. Like, it's happened to me before. It's happened to a bunch of people before. Just fucking pull the plug. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not wrong.
Listen,
I don't understand why people stay with that
cheat,
either.
I don't respect. If you cheat, I don't respect it. But I'm not gonna fucking put you in the same fucking dungeon as a rapist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, once again, alleged rapist.
When you settle out of court on a rape issue, then you are a rapist. I'm sorry, I can't.
Really?
Absolutely. Why are you settling out of court? Fight for your name, man. Do you know what I mean? Deshaun Watson's fighting for his name. He's got 23 sexual misconduct accounts, but he's fighting for his name. He might end up being found to be a sexual offender.
So what do you think about Deshaun Watson?
I think he's probably a sexual offender. Okay. Because there's 23 counts of sexual.
This is the episode we get canceled.
Well, wait.
No.
You
How are we
just
getting
said
canceled
that.
for that? We're just
I'm
talking
kidding.
about
I'm
guys.
just kidding.
I don't
I'm
think it's
joking.
right. Do you know what I mean?
I'm joking.
And I
I'm
think
joking.
Deshaun Watson is probably a sexual offender.
Okay.
Because he's got 23 counts. Bro, you don't get 23 counts. There's no smoke without fire.
Really?
If someone said Deshaun Watson sexually assaulted me and there was nothing else and he fought for his name and he got wiped in court, I'd be like, you know what? That was someone who is wrong. If there's 23 women saying this man touched me inappropriately, then that guy's a pervert.
Yeah. Okay.
You agree or not?
Is this football?
I
Episode
think
12.
there's a lot of instances of false accusations.
23 for the same person.
I mean,
Bro, let me tell you this. Let me say this. If
I'm not saying that he's not. I'm not saying that he didn't do it.
If 23 women came out and said that against me, you wouldn't hang out with me. I wouldn't hang out with you. If 23 women came out and told me that...
but
23
women would never come out with sexual assault allegations against you because
I know,
because
I haven't done that.
Because you're not worth $200 million.
But there's also other guys. How many other guys in the NFL are there? Wealthy men that don't have that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That don't have that. Do you know what I mean? Wealthy men. There's many wealthy men in the world that don't have that allegation.
Yeah.
He probably got that money and thought, I can do whatever I want. I can touch whoever I want.
I'm not saying they're not a rapist. I'm just saying it's a slippery slope when you get into, well, they were accused, so they're guilty. That's all I'm saying. They could very easily well be.
Firstly, Antonio Brown is guilty because
Antonio Brown seems
he's
like
guilty.
A rapist.
Well, he's guilty anyway.
He seems like a terrible
He's guilty
person,
anyway because he settled out of court. He is guilty. That's guilty.
Do you think that that's an immediate?
Absolutely. If you pay a woman who says, if a woman says you raped me, and you pay them out of court to settle it, that means you're guilty.
Yeah.
So he's a rapist.
Yeah.
And Deshaun Watson, 23 counts.
They both have 23? How did they both land on that number?
No. Antonio Brown raped one woman, and then he settled out of court, right?
Well, I think it said he raped like 2 or 3.
Well, there you go. That's even worse. And then you've got Deshaun Watson out here touching people inappropriately, 23 people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And shit, man, he'll probably get found guilty, and even if he doesn't, that's 23 people.
They're probably just all rapists, I would imagine.
The two of them, yeah. The two of them. I mean, we can't just say that every single sports person is a rapist because you've got a bunch of people out here doing good work. Do you know what I mean? But these two people are scumbags.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree. I mean, Antonio Brown's definitely a scumbag, and
Antonio Brown is a rapist, and
probably a
Deshaun
scumbag.
Watson is probably a rapist. That's the way it is.
Probably. I would tend to agree.
Yeah.
Remy's dying over here. We're going to take a little
No, it's out of order.
little break
It's
now.
important to say that.
Yeah.
No, we don't support the action
Rape
of these
is bad.
these people who've been dragged up.
Rape is bad. Anybody
No,
that
they've been
rapes
dragged up.
anybody is
No,
a
they've
bad
been
person.
no, and they've been dragged up, and there's no reason for them to have any sort of success. They've been dragged up, and they've been dragged up wrong.
Yeah, but that's just the nature of the world.
What the people? And when people get
nature of
dragged
the
up,
NFL.
yeah, and when people get dragged up wrong, they should
we're
be
gonna
punished
take a
for
little
it.
break,
They should
guys.
be punished for it.
Remy needs
They
to
should.
smoke a cigarette. We will be back shortly.
And I hope Deshaun Watson gets a bunch of helmet hits this year.
Thank you so
Pure
much,
CTE.
guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
We'll do it up. Welcome back, guys. This is the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Thank you for staying with us. We were getting into a little bit of a heated debate before, but we're not going to rehash that. We've moved on, but
It's a good thing about these hosts here.
last thing I want to say about the whole Antonio Brown thing is, though, he is 33 years old, which I was kind of surprised. I know he's been in the league for a long time. I thought he was a little younger than that, but 33 for a wide receiver is you're getting into the twilight.
And he also went through 4 or 5 years without having any issues. It was probably because he didn't get paid.
Well,
once he got money, he was
when he
fuck it.
first was in the league, yeah, because he was trying to prove himself. But I'm pretty sure I remember him having at least 2 or 3 seasons where he had the most receptions, yards, and touchdowns of any wide receiver in the league. It was 15, 16, 17, maybe 14, 15. So it was in that area. He was almost unarguably one of the best wide receivers in the league, save Julio Jones and all that. Oh my God, Julio Jones. Who did he get signed by? He got signed by somebody recently for a decent.
Honestly, I thought it wasn't New England, but it was someone else.
Yeah, no, I know. Shit. Should have looked that up. But it's neither here nor there, guys. But what I did want to talk about a little bit, which I don't know if you watched any of the games of Champions League.
Yes. So I didn't watch the games, but fucking hell.
I know, right?
Yeah. So obviously, I absolutely fucking love Chelsea losing in a last-minute heartbreak to Karim Benzema.
No, I know.
Did you watch
right?
it? Or
I didn't watch the actual game. I watched a lot of the highlights and a decent
I haven't
amount
even
of
seen
it.
the highlights, but
Yeah.
I just seen the fucking
Benzema
statistics.
had a
of
hat
Benzema.
trick.
Wait, hold on. Was Benzema's goal in the last minute of regular time, or was it in additional time?
I don't remember.
Because I didn't know, because they would have been tied 3-3 or
Yeah.
4-4.
But you just love Chelsea being knocked out.
I
Another
I love it.
London rival.
Well, also they're fucking scumbags. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean,
But Chelsea fans are fucking scum. But not to mention the fact that they didn't just lose 6-7-1. They lost in pure heartbreak fashion, which just warms the bones, man.
I know,
Do you know what I
right?
mean? That's the shit that keeps me warm on a winter's night.
Ajax, a la, what was it, 2018,
Yeah, but Ajax are a
19?
decent club. Listen, I was only celebrating because I love Tottenham. Ajax are a decent club. Chelsea are fucking scum, man. It's lovely seeing them.
I
get
hate
fucking
them too,
beaten.
don't worry.
And then let's talk about Villarreal beating Bayern.
Villarreal
What the fuck?
knocking out Bayern.
With your very
Wow.
own Giovanni Lo Celso playing central midfield for most of the game.
Really?
Yeah, he's straight up starts for them, plays every minute.
Was he a central midfielder for you guys? I thought he was an outside.
Okay. No, so he's really a jack of all trades, masters of none. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think his best position would be in a 4-2-3-1 when he's a deep lying middle of the three.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
But obviously, fucking hell, nowhere
I
near
don't know
as
if I'd
good.
say De Bruyne is like a deep lying. He's like a.
Yeah, okay, so maybe
So,
I'm trying to think what would be a good comparison.
like
God, I don't know.
a poor man's Pogba.
I was going to say that, but he just doesn't put the boot in whatsoever. And honestly, Pogba doesn't put the boot in either, to be honest. I don't
No,
think.
not really.
So, yeah, maybe a poor man's Pogba, but they're very different players.
Pogba can play center attacking midfielder. He can play center defensive midfielder. He can play a lot of different
He can play
positions.
anywhere, and it's up to him whether he plays shite or good. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing.
Well, he's playing the bench right now, so.
Yeah. So, but no,
Gonna
Lo
have to deal with that,
Celso is not the best, but no, fair play to Villarreal for beating Bayern Munich. It's really hampered my fucking bet that I laid to
What'd
David
you lay?
Lachelin. That bet about Liverpool winning 3+ trophies.
Yeah.
Because
They already got one.
And it was following.
It
was the same night of the league. Bro. Firstly, they could win the league. They're only 1 point behind.
Possible.
Secondly, all they have to do is beat City in the FA Cup to win the FA Cup, basically. Unless,
so
I
that's
suppose,
2.
Chelsea could.
Where are they getting 3 from?
Well, the Champions League. They play Villarreal in the next round. Villarreal are fucking dog shit.
Then they also have to play Man City and or Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's going to be a sweat, basically, for
That's
me
what
laying
I'm
that
saying.
bet. I laid a great bet, a really good bet. And I might be bitten on the ass for it as well. But that's what
how
happened.
much was the bet, if you don't mind saying?
It was.
Unless you
I
mind
laid.
saying.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, I laid him 4-1, and he put 100 on it, so I'll pay 5.
Yeah.
Which is it's still.
I wouldn't make that bet.
It's still a fantastic for me. It was a great bet for me.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic bet for me.
It's not bad.
You know what I mean? But listen, oftentimes the way that gambling is the best bets come back to bite you.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the game.
So
You think you've got something bum-proof, and then out of nowhere you're out half a G. But that's the nature of it. It's the nature of gambling.
Yet to be seen. I guess you're right, but
we'll see. I really fucking hope Liverpool don't win 2 more trophies, because otherwise
I mean, between all the teams playing right now, I would much rather City win than Liverpool.
I'd much rather anyone win than Liverpool, because then I'm out half a K. But
yeah, but aside from your financial
aside from that, I don't really give a shit. No, I suppose. I mean, aside from my sign. Wait, are you talking about Champions League or anyone?
Yeah, no. In the Champions League,
Champions League, I want Villarreal to win it.
You know,
Champions League, I want Villarreal to
know who
win
the
it.
other team is, right?
It's Villarreal, Liverpool. It's Villarreal, City, probably Liverpool. Wait,
Well,
no, it's Villarreal,
who
Real
does
Madrid,
Liverpool play?
Villarreal, and then
No, they play Benfica.
No, they. Yeah, but no, I'm talking about in the next
Villarreal,
round. But
yeah,
they've
in the
already
next
beaten
round.
Benfica.
It's not.
They've got to
it's
come to
not a
Anfield
done
and score
deal.
2 more goals.
It's
in
not a done deal.
It's Real Madrid
It's not a done
versus
deal.
probably Man City. Wait, who did City play?
Atletico.
It's Real Madrid versus probably
And
Man
Atletico's
City.
a good squad. Atletico's
They are, but
stout.
City already 1-0
You would
up.
favor City.
You'd
in
massively
all
favour
situations.
City there. And then you've got Villarreal, who are in it, who are shite. And then you've got Liverpool, who are very good. And then in the other one is...
I just don't want Liverpool to win. I don't care what anything
Of course,
else
I don't
happens.
either.
It's the only... But you only
I don't
care,
want Liverpool to win it either.
You
because
only care because you got money invested.
It's not just that. I really
You got
don't...
skin in the game.
No, it's not just that. Like, I really can't stand Liverpool fans either. They're annoying as fuck.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're annoying.
What you laughing for, Chris?
Yeah.
What you laughing for,
but-
Chris? I'm being serious.
But no, it's the Premier League. I haven't looked at the running massively. Spurs are going to get 4th though. Let's talk about that. Spurs
honestly,
are
I
actually going to
was
get 4th.
looking at it
We've run
today.
fucking 5 in a row,
No.
and we're playing out of our
What did
skin,
I
man.
remember earlier this year? You were talking about Manchester United competing for Champions League football, and I was like, that is not going to happen.
Yeah, you boys are
There
struggling.
is no. I mean, at this moment, it's still possible.
But it's very unlikely.
I want to say we're only like.
You're 6 points behind us.
I was just going to say we're 6 points under you, which is not an insurmountable task.
but it's
Two
just unlikely.
wins, 2 losses. We're right there.
We're playing out of our skin as well.
Yeah, no, I know.
The front
Honestly,
three for us now:
ano-
Kulusevski, Kane, and Son is fucking unplayable.
Another
We're
thing,
unplayable up there.
honestly, I watched that the Villa Tottenham
Oh
game.
my gosh!
I have. It's been a long time since I've seen a scoreline that is not telling.
Yeah.
Villa.
you're right.
Villa.
No, you're right.
Danny Ings had
Okay,
2
so-
sitters.
Okay, in
He
the
had
first
2
half,
sitters.
Loris made 4 or 5 fantastic saves
Aston Villa was throttling you in the first
half, but then we
They were
battered
at-
it. But we battered
They
them in the
were
second half.
Aston Villa was a live dog the whole game. They got unlucky.
Well, until it was
if they
fucking
could
4-0.
Yeah, no, you're
was
right.
4-0 in the 60th
You're
minute.
right. You're right. It was 4-0.
And,
Son
well,
had
yeah.
a hat trick. It was great. I thought the Kulusevski was the guy.
He's a good player.
Where the
Kulu.
fuck did he come
Juve.
from?
We've had him and Bentancur.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Bentancur's a brilliant player.
No, yeah,
We've
that
had them two boys.
Kulusevski.
He's
The
a very, very...
the, the
guess how much
best
he
goal
cost?
of the
Guess how much he
bunch.
cost?
$1 million. I don't know.
25 mil.
I
That's
don't-
unbelievable.
I'm just making a random guess. I
No,
don't know.
he's 25 million, and he's 21 years old.
Kul-
He could be anything.
Kulusevski had the best goal of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to say,
Well,
Son
you
scored
know
a
what,
couple
though?
good ones.
But you know what, though? Son's 1-on-1 to make it 4-0. That flick from Harry Kane. That
Yeah.
little flick
No,
header.
I think that was 3-1. or 3-0.
I think it was 4.
I could have sworn
you're
it
right.
got.
No,
yeah.
you're right. Yeah, yeah.
3-0 was
But
the
Kane
little
is-
flick from.
Kane's playing out of his skin.
You're
at the
not
moment.
wrong.
He's
You're not
unbelievable.
wrong.
He's the best player in the world. Honestly.
You're not wrong. I just wanted to say Aston Villa. Like based on me watching that game, I was like Aston Villa. It like Danny Ings. Like remember the little free kick they had where they just kind of chipped it over.
Yeah, yeah.
Danny Ings had a wide.
Well,
like,
he had a better chance than that. At the back post.
Yeah, that's
where
what I'm
Emerson
saying.
lost it.
Back post, he gets the ball and he just scuffs it.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're right.
Absolutely.
No, you're right. We
Danny
deserved
Ings
to
had
lose.
2 sitters, and that was when you guys were only 1
We
up.
deserved to lose the first half.
It could have been
And what
2-1
about-
into the first half.
What about the save that Loris made from point blank?
Yeah.
Well, not point blank range, but your man is the left back.
Loris, other than
he's
Son,
had a
is the
great
man of
game.
the match. I mean, so
Kane
you
played very
got to
well.
give it to Son.
Kane played very well.
Kane was good, but Loris kept you guys in that game. Without
He did, and Romero.
Loris
was a
played
proper
amazing.
Fucking player, man. Christian Romero. Let's shout out Christian Romero on this podcast. I fucking love that man. He's just brilliant. He's just fucking taking boys out all the time. He's a proper shithouse. He's Eric Lamella with his attitude, but he's actually good at football. Like he's just a cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like when he scored
Why would you
against,
compare him to Eric Lamella?
because he's from Argentina and he's a shithouse. He just goes up to people. Just
Eric Lamella seemed like kind of a pussy.
No, Eric Lamella was a proper cunt. He was a pussy, but a cunt. Like he'd go up to people and just like start.
Yeah.
Basically,
He weighs 130
when we
pounds.
played you,
I could break Eric
when
Lamella
we
over
played
my knee.
we played you lot, and Eric and Harry Maguire scored the own goal, and you lot ended up beating us 3-2 when Ronaldo scored the hat
Yeah,
trick.
it's Ronaldo. I remember the game vividly.
Well, it doesn't matter
It's
now.
when
It doesn't matter now,
Tom
does it?
Brady decided to come back to the NFL.
But no, Harry Maguire scored that own goal, and Romero's gone straight up to him in his face, going, "Yes, you fucking cunt." I fucking love Romero for that. He's just a shithouse, isn't he? You love him for it, and he just snaps boys as well. I absolutely love that guy. He might be my favourite Spurs player. He's a brilliant.
Romero
He's a-
is your
oh,
favorite more
he's
than
just-
Harry Kane.
Yeah, Harry Kane's a fucking mercenary, man. He tried to leave. I can never like Harry Kane.
I'm
again.
getting so many conflicting
Harry
stories
Kane's
for you.
just
It's
a-
hard to even know
Harry
what's going
Kane
on
is a
right now.
mercenary. Harry Kane's a mercenary.
Last week, you tried to convince me that Harry Kane is the greatest
He
footballer
really is.
of all
Yeah, he
time.
is. We've got the best player in the world, but he doesn't want to play for Spurs. Do you know what I mean? We've got the best player in the world who
It's
doesn't want to play for
difficult
Spurs.
to track
But we're
your
gonna
thoughts,
use him,
Edward.
but we're
I'm
gonna
just,
use him.
I'm reaching here.
But we're going to use him because he's just a brilliant football player. But he tried to leave. Do you know what I mean? If you're proper Tottenham, you don't try to leave. He's not proper Tottenham.
You know, if you're a good player and you play on Tottenham, you leave. That's just like what.
I'd never
that's
leave.
what people do.
I'd never leave.
You'll never play for Tottenham.
Yeah, but if I
You'll
was
never
Harry
be
Kane,
put in that position.
If I was Harry Kane, I'd never leave.
So
You know what I mean?
so
He's meant to be a Tottenham fan.
You don't like Luka Modric at all.
No, he forced his way out. But Harry Kane is a Tottenham fan as a
He
boy.
forced his way out because
Luka Modric is from fucking Croatia.
He's a
Luka
big
Modric-
fish in a very small
Exactly.
pond.
Luka Modric is from Croatia. Harry Kane's from what do you call it? Not Walworth.
Doesn't matter what you say. Nobody's going to know where you're talking about.
Well, okay,
So,
he's from very close.
He's
to
from
Tottenham.
somewhere in the United Kingdom.
He grew up as a Spurs fan in North London. He's a Tottenham
Yeah.
fan through and through.
Boy,
Why
he
you
wanted
forcing-
that Real Madrid deal, didn't he? Though?
No, he wanted
Or was it
City. He wanted
City?
to go to City, didn't he?
Yeah, Jack
But
Grealish took it from him.
Yeah, honestly, and thank goodness as well, because look how shit Grealish looks. He looks shite for them.
I don't think Jack Grealish is bad. I just think they took him not knowing how to fit him into
Yeah,
the
exactly,
squad.
and I think so too.
And
Because
I think Pep
brilliant.
doesn't like him. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
He was
be a
brilliant
player,
for Villa.
That's what I'm saying. One of the best midfielders
He was
in the
brilliant.
league.
I won't argue that.
A two-way player, plays defense, gets forward. He plays defense. He's a decent defensive player.
He's an attacking midfielder.
He was a
He's a brilliant player for Villa.
midfielder that could play
Brilliant
anywhere
player
on the
for Villa.
feed. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant player for Villa.
And Pep played him a couple games. Didn't like.
Well,
what
the
he
thing
saw.
is that he doesn't play for them, and then they bring him on for 20 minutes and
That's
he does
what
nothing,
I'm
and they
saying.
say he'll go to somewhere like
he might.
he'll go to
I
somewhere
hope,
like
I hope
Tottenham.
Manchester United get him.
he'll go. Yeah, he'd
I
be
think
brilliant
where
for
Manchester
But
United
you've got so
are
many
right
attacking
now.
options. You've got Sancho, who's the same age. You've
I
got
would-
Fernandes. You've got
I would trade Paul Pogba for Grealish in an instant.
yeah, of course, but they wouldn't do that. Do you know what I
Hot
mean?
take, unpopular opinion. I would take.
It's not an unpopular opinion.
if they-
Pogba's a fucking cancer in the dressing room.
He
man.
really is. I said
You
this
wouldn't
to one
want
of my
Pogba on
friends
your
the other
team.
day.
You wouldn't want Pogba on your team.
I mean, he won a World Cup with France. He can't be that bad. I don't think it's Pogba's fault. I just think we haven't.
But he's got a bad attitude.
We haven't been able to fit him.
He's
into
not an
the
English
squad
football
that
player.
they're trying to
He's
play.
not an English football player. He needs to play in
He's
France.
French. He's obviously.
I know, but he needs to play
Italy.
in France.
He played amazing in Italy.
Exactly.
He won multiple Serie A titles in Italy.
He needs to play somewhere where it's much less intense and aggressive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs to play somewhere where you get 30 seconds on the ball.
Where did he play before he played at Juve? It's a rhetorical question. He played for Manchester United and was very good.
Wait, what? He was good for United before he went to Juve.
That's why he got signed by Juve.
No, he wasn't. No.
Are you saying that because you don't know, or are you saying that because that's what you think? You don't remember him playing for Manchester United?
No, I don't remember him playing well for United.
He was on our our youth squad, like our developmental squad. Came up when he was really young, played for us for several games, was very good. Gets signed for a big money contract to Juve, goes to Juve, becomes one of the best players in the world. I think he was there 4 or 5 years and ends up coming back, but he was very good for Manchester United.
Maybe it was before he
in
was
the
paid.
Premier
Maybe
League.
it was before he was paid. He seems like
That's
someone that was.
what it was.
He seems like a bit of a mercenary, mercurial guy.
Paul Pogba
do you know what I mean?
could be the best player. He could be the best midfielder in the Premier League if he wanted to.
Yeah.
If Paul Pogba woke up one day and decided, I'm going to actually do my fucking job, decide to play,
what he really
decide
needs,
to give effort. He doesn't give effort. He doesn't.
What
put
he
his
really
shit in.
needs is somewhere where they'll wait on him. They'll wait on him hand and foot, and he gets 20 seconds on the ball, and they sit off deep in it defensively. Somewhere like Italy or Spain. That's exactly what he needs. He's not fit for the Premier League.
He's more at home in an offensive midfielder, like an attacking midfielder
even
role.
then,
And Manchester United have been trying to stuff him into the defensive holding midfielder role for so long.
But you're also not getting the time in the Premier League. When you've got someone like Højbjerg and Bentancur in your face every single second, stepping on your feet, barging you around. He doesn't want that. He wants to be left alone for 30 seconds. Let me pick a pass out.
Pogba is score as far as skill is miles better than both of the players.
Absolutely, but work effort, not even close.
Yeah, no. His work ethic is
and that's
almost
the thing about the
non-existent.
Premier League. That's the thing about the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's so much work effort.
Yeah.
And to be great in both, you have to do. Look at Ronaldo.
It's the same thing with Martial.
Ronaldo is a technical, skilled player, but he's also a fucking workaholic.
Yeah, exactly. But
and that's why he's brilliant everywhere.
That's why he's the best in the world, because it's the perfect combination of someone that's naturally gifted, that's incredibly talented, skilled,
maybe
best
not the
in
talent
world.
to be best in the world, but he's got the talent to be unreal. But he doesn't like playing in England.
Care.
He doesn't like playing
same
in England.
thing with Martial. Martial was good for a couple of years, got a little bit of money, decided I'm not going to try anymore.
And what did they say about Messi? Could he do it at Burnley away on a Tuesday night when it's pissing it down? Could he do it at Stoke away?
Right now, maybe not. Messi at 28 years old would absolutely destroy the Premier League. I don't care what you or anybody else says.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't.
Messi in his prime would make.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't. Messi in his prime, Stoke on a cold Wednesday would score 6 goals.
I'm not saying he wouldn't, but
everyone in Stoke would go home crying.
But what I am saying, what I am saying is that Ronaldo did it. Do you know what I mean? That's why he's the best ever, to me, because he did it.
You're saying only because Messi didn't play in England?
Because he didn't prove it in the best league. Do you know what I mean? He never proved it in the best league.
Yeah, he did in La Liga.
That's not the best league. It's never been the best league.
Yeah,
never will be.
They won several Champions Leagues.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if you remember that. They won.
But
like
England is the best league. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that England is the best league by far.
You wouldn't take the people winning the Champions League as an indicator of the best team in Europe? I mean, he's clearly his record against England.
It's a good shout. No,
his
that Barcelona team was unreal.
His record of goal scoring against English teams in the Champions League is insane.
Right.
He feasts on English teams for as long as he's been alive. As long as he was at Barcelona, he was the best player in the world. Whenever Barcelona played, do you remember that? What was it?
Are you talking about the 4-4 with Liverpool?
Well, no, yeah,
or the 4-0 in the first leg.
Well, no, that was PSG.
No, it was Barcelona 4-0 first leg, and then Liverpool ended up winning 5-4 on aggregate. But the first leg of it,
are you talking about AC Milan?
No, I'm talking about Barcelona. In the quarterfinal, Liverpool ended up winning the tie, but in the first leg, Messi was unplayable, and he scored 3, and he was just
there was a probably, I want to say 8 to 10 year span from 2006, 2007 to 2016, 2017. Messi was unplayable. I don't care what league he's in. You could put him as the central as a attacking player for Brentford right now, and he would absolutely dice every single player that he came up against. Like Messi in his prime was untouchable. You can't say anything about the league he played.
No, I'm not saying
he would have absolutely
but I think
torched anybody.
Ronaldo's got a better legacy and he's a better player.
I mean,
all time.
the more time goes on, and the better. And
He's fucking
as
36, man.
good,
He's still scoring hat tricks against Spurs.
he's also assaulting autistic kids as well. So he's
Wait, what?
adding that to his repertoire. You didn't see that?
No.
After the loss to Everton, he was walking off the field. There was like some
Actually, I did see
easy kid. There was
see that.
some kid holding his
And like launched his phone or something.
Yeah, well, like he was just walking by, and the kid was like trying to like take a picture of himself, like do some type of selfie thing, and Ronaldo walked by and was just like just like smacked.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like get into the kid's face. He was just walking by, and the kid had his phone out, and he just like smacked it and kept walking. I guess the kid was autistic. The parents are suing. I read a thing. He's got bruises on his hand, which.
Wow, a bruise. Will he ever recover?
I mean,
will he ever recover? No one knows.
Don't want to speculate,
No one
but
knows.
that was the most.
I had a bruise on my
Cristiano
lip
Ronaldo
last
news.
week, and I'm good.
Oh.
It's a hard time to recover from a bruise.
That's right.
We are. I guess
probably
that
wrap it up.
that's
Yeah.
our time for
I
this
think that's
evening.
it, yeah.
Sorry to keep you guys longer than we had initially planned. We like to get into a little.
Oh yeah.
We like to get
Have
into a little
fun.
debate every once in a while. We like talking about shit.
This was episode 12 of It's Just Football. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna let Remy. You just do it so much better than me that I'm
Okay,
gonna
guys,
relinquish. I've never done it, so I'm not really relinquishing anything. But I'm gonna allow you to do your thing, Remy. Plug the show.
All right, guys.
Do
This
your
is This Football episode 12. Make sure you listen every Tuesday night. If you're just out there listening on the podcast, which comes out every Wednesday, make sure you're watching live on YouTube every Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out our sister podcast. They call us The Breeze every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube as well. Go to Facebook, like the pages, Tiger Cage Media. It's all there. Guys, great show tonight.
Thank you so much,
you guys.
man.
Yeah.
Your input and feedback means a lot to us.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you
and
for
we're gonna
being
have a
with
big
us.
old hugging session after the show. What do you say?
We need one.
All
we
right,
need a
let's do
little
it,
love.
guys.
We need a
We need
little
a bit.
love session when we get done with this one.
All right, good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Hurry,
guys.
no.